people. Welcome to the Phina show today. As soon as Sabi, my name, Nabi Phina Brooks. Today, my people, today, I did with my brothers and my sisters. And we want to check the temperature of married people for this COVID, because we hear so many stories about marriages. When they come, they get problem. When we say they don't even know, so they get before. Just because of COVID. So today we want come table and for ground. Make we see how people take manage, how some of the problems can't take come out, and unfortunately how some of the marriage can't take crumble. So follow us discuss the matter. I invite my brothers and my sisters. We dey do life together. So on my left, now Madam Njideka Harris Eze, she dey married. Mrs. Jane Iruchalo, she dey married. Mrs. Francesca Abara Idubo, she dey married. Mr. Douglasy, he dey married. Mr. Harrison Johnson, he dey married. And me, Phina Brooks, I dey married. So we dey qualified to discuss this matter of marriage. Because now we say we go to discuss matter when we say e no concern us, when we don't know anything about. All of us here get plenty experience. Because people can't dey house, can't dey with their spouses for a long time, many things come dey surface. What do you think say be some of the main problem apart from say that they spend time together?
I think saying that the main problem will be then they spend time together. Because in my financial world, you get something where they call grade divorce. And this one, now when people don't stay together 20, 30, 40 years, and then when they retire and they stay together, before long, somebody's looking for a lawyer's address or phone number. So I think that is what happened to a lot of, a good number of marriages during this COVID thing. People were forced to be together under one roof, spending all that time together. And some people come realize, say, this person where I'm married, I don't even like her. Maybe the voice, they scratch my ear, or they just don't like them anymore. So it brought it out, because before, for morning you could go. By the time they come back for night, you don't get tired. So even if the person they shout for your head, if you go say, okay, oh really, oh, and you know that tomorrow, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock,
you don't go.
Now go be that for another 12 hours. So it's proximity. I think absence, they make hearts stay fonder. 9 people come discover now, true, absence sometimes they make marriages work better. So I think that the main thing will happen. That and their money. You know, this COVID, some people come lose job. Some money come shrink. So two bad things for marriage. Too much time and money palava.
Wow. We don't say marriages don't they get problem before COVID, but this COVID can't really make the problem big, can't open the yansh of all the problem. What will be some of the stories when you don't hear the causes of the breaking of the marriage?
You know, say when people don't stay before, people they're different places. You know, say they not even they compatible. Maybe they be married by convenience. So when COVID got happen, all of them they inside house, nowhere to run to. So when patience come waka go, love come waka go. What in there inside the house?
Nothing
There inside.
Emptiness. Yes.
So that's why all these things when they happen. Because if patience day, love day, even no matter what the man do you, even if that the woman do you, nothing go happen, because you know say patient go say, now so we don't do this for how many years. Love go say, why you want to do this? But when the two of them waka, nobody get patience anymore. Nobody fit tolerate the other person. And then they look themselves like, me I see you, you see me. Tomorrow, the woman no go work, all of them they inside house. The house is gonna be on fire. And the thing is gonna crack. So once that crack is there, they are parting ways. So now we think COVID bring.
For me, I think it's boredom, because what the COVID did was kind of locked us inside the house. So you're bored. You don't have much doing. The usual life of going to work and going to businesses, everybody is now in the house. And when you are there, you begin to see faults that you usually wouldn't see, because one person is either going to work, another person is going. By the time you both came back to the house, we're tired, and then we're doing maybe dinner. It's time to do dinner. It's time to take care of the kids or something. So this kind of, opened, something that was hidden. We're tired. We come back from work. We're tired. no time to sit down and talk. Everybody is doing their own thing. But this COVID now can't put us inside the house. So we say, you're now seeing everything. It's like a reality check. And when that thing happened, it's like, oh wow, I never knew this person was like this.
I never knew this person was messy. Or I never knew this person was stinky.
Yeah, we are busy. Maybe we'll call somebody to come and clean the house or, do this or that. But now we are in each other's face.
24 hours.
24 hours. So, to me, boredom was one of the things that actually contributed to a lot of marriages that are breaking because of the COVID.
My people, when they come back, when we come back, we'll hear from the men about some of the challenges when people face, especially marriages, when it crumbled due to the pandemic. And since the Black History Month, we see we table some of this matter as it affects our communities and the whole world. So we come back, and I'm not going anywhere. We did come back just like this now.
When are we gonna stop singing about Africa?
What will be some of the challenges when you notice in marriages, and why some marriages no work due to this pandemic?
It's easy, make we point out the challenges. The pandemic kind of exacerbated whatever the marriage has been upon. If the marriage was already on a rocky ground, it just more or less just became an earthquake, right? Kind of a shaky ground. It became an earthquake. But if it was kind of a stage where we say they want to try to make things be better, the pandemic made things better for a lot of marriages as well. I'm not going to subscribe to say now only negative now happened. A lot of marriages were repaired during this season as well. It's easy to talk about the fruit, but also the root matter well. So maybe the root before not dig deep enough, they get water since. Now, you know what? Now we don't fit tolerate each other again. Like we don't talk already before. Say at least space. They give us time to tolerate before. Now that space come. See that we decide to make them say, you know what? No, your share Gary now. I beg. Or make we repair this thing. This thing time can't give us time to repair. And that's what I see. So we have to look at the root. How the marriage did before. Since we talk about our community, we need to really talk about the foundation of the marriage. Because if we just talk about the actual scaffolding and all the, we go there confused and we are treating the surface, not really treating the main cause of the whole wahala. So the pandemic just be like rain, we fall for tree. If that tree they can't wait for root before, the tree it bloom. But if na root don't the rot, nothing. The rain choke am. Now waiting the pandemic be.
Make her come from a young perspective in a marriage area. This our generation of marriage. 95% not get foundation. How much more roots? Because our marriage first start from social media. And people nowadays want to marry because A, marry, B, marry.
Right.
C must marry.
C must marry.
So the problem is, say, we marry because we wanted to show, say, we are married. Not because we want to be in marriage. Now, with pandemic or show, it can expose many things. Part of the things we say, people can understand, say, we don't even know ourselves in the first place before we marry. We can understand, say, waiting with normally before, man go wake up, go work, woman go wake up, go work. When they come back for evening, you'll notice, say, normally, say, people go their phone, everybody go their phone. Before you know, you don't sleep, you don't wake up. But pandemic, everybody call they face each other face to face. Now, many marriage problem call it because man cause to say wife not get character. Woman cause to say husband not love them. Inside the marriage too, we call the understand, say even we as a man self, we don't even need love from our women, we need respect. Because we younger generation, we don't know all these things before we marry. But pandemic could teach us. But where our problem cause they say, we spend too much time trying to communicate with people who don't even matter to us. Living our own marriage that we're supposed to be handling. And most times nowadays, you see because of boredom, one young man will just message wife for inside social media. Out of boredom, wife go start to talk to the young boy from one side where you don't even know. I know a lot of marriage will crash. As a matter of fact, if I want to talk from my own experience, my own almost. Not because I was cheating, but because inside this marriage, pandemic happened, distance between me and my wife got come. I go Nigeria for business and not fit come back because airport was shut down.
Right.
My wife see me post something one day, say I go play long tennis for my uncle hotel. She not talk to me for 3 weeks. She said I did Nigeria, they enjoy. She did Canada, they suffer with children.
With pandemic.
With pandemic. She not gonna understand, say I keep fit. That will not matter that moment. But because say, we cannot even reach out to each other, it becomes a problem. And communication was a major issue in pandemic because people don't know how to even communicate and find the right way to address issue. Little thing that come up, if you just say, madam, you know I be, not be like that, or not be like this, not read on this way. We'll say it in the wrong way, and the next thing people pick up, and the next thing arguments start. And where argument does start, because you not feel wrong, go mama place, everywhere closed, you start to deal with the monster at home, and that thing will start to develop, Many marriages crash along the way, most especially the young ones. I see the old ones where they don't date before, where they get some situation, but because they don't wear that many storm pass, they were able to now use that moment to say, you know what, but I say, I don't really they pay attention to my wife for some time now, my family and my children, they can't bond with children. But for the young ones, where the most especially those who never even get children said, they just see them as an opportunity to say, you know what, I am tired. I cannot carry this character anymore, and they move on. Pandemic scatter many things. At the same time, repair many things. But in our generation, if you notice now, younger people are being more depressed than older people.
Anyway, my people, we get plenty matter to table today regarding these marriages and how some work and some crumble during this pandemic. Because they say when breeze go blow flower yansh, the yansh go open yakata, and then you go see everything when you're not supposed to see normally. So now, so some marriages be, and basically all marriages was exposed to one form of stress or the other. Some come strong and some come weak, and some come scatter. So we will come back. We'll talk all the advantages and disadvantages of this pandemic on marriages today. And happy Black History Month, my people. We'll come back just now.
When are we gonna stop singing about Africa?
So my people, we don't come back. Today we'll hear about marriages, advantages and disadvantages, and the problems when it come exposed due to the pandemic these last 2 years. So we just here, they table the matter so that we go learn, all of us go learn moving forward in 2022.
To a lot of marriages, this pandemic was a blessing. In the ground that, you know, some marriages were suffering because the couple not get time with each other. You don't love me anymore because you know you spend time with me.
Right.
Man say, food not there for table, na I be man, no, na my job be that too. If food not, we not get to see each other. When the man go come go tired, the woman go grumble, do his own part, give the man food. It is a marriage. Because for man, for especially African men like us, we think say marriage na duty. You na your duty. This na my duty. To put roof for your head, to put food for your table na my duty. As long as I'm doing it, I am the best husband in the world.
Don't question me.
But the wife say, not be so it be, because man and woman, we are wired differently. So, not be saying, you know, you get time for me anymore, not every time with me and you even go out anymore. But this pandemic, we get time for each other where. If that love did there before, we get time to play. Plus, we can't get time to play with children like never before. Again, the same time we not get time, we not get for wife, now you not get for children because you want to try play the manly role. So this pandemic can't give time. Most people, if we're not working from home, sometimes more or less, if you can work from home, meaning the work where they do, you can task based.
Right.
You don't finish your task, but now you and your children, I get the whole day. So you can't get time. And sometimes you women, they just playing with the children and way to love them be that.
Not true.
And
they appreciate them.
So that led to bond and everything. Come begin to say, this is not what I like for this man before. And this is not what I appreciate for this one before. The kind of verse we converse, not call high, you come low, until the man can't realize his sense. The woman can't be more receptive and stuff like that. That's what I say. It bring good thing, it bring bad thing, but the way I see the world, that is the world that's waiting good inside. That's what I see.
I see. I say they talk from a personal level. Yes, I see. And with some of the things when I notice, because some men and women, as they work from home, some of them get their desk right facing each other or next to each other. Imagine doing that the whole 8 to 9 hours, then come eat dinner together, come watch movie together, come find ways to entertain yourselves together in the house. Then can't go sleep, can't wake up again. The cycle continues. You see, not be small exposure. Now he expose families too.
I will talk about my perspective.
Right.
If my oga dey here, he may get his own perspective.
Not true.
But marriage na commitment. So once you make that commitment and you mean it, you're going to try to find ways make the thing work. The foundation where my people don't mention before, they very, very important. And even the new age, as in they do marriage, now everything na Instagram marriage. Bridal shoot, groom shoot, this one, that, proposal. They put all this energy into all these things, maybe window dressing. They see when they go for counseling. Whether with a psychologist or for inside church. They enter something where they very important. Learn the steps. Who go carry card, go for highway without going for driving lessons? So now waiting we they do for marriage, we they just jump in. They prepare ourselves. They even ask ourselves, waiting with this marriage self where they enter. Why am I entering this marriage? So I think the privilege when I get now at the start, now one crazy marriage course where we come do 13 weeks, and if you miss 1 week,
you go start again.
You go start. So we come take the thing very serious. And that program, till tomorrow, they say to a large extent, 80% of my marriage success now from that program. So I think with the pandemic, it was just maybe normal for us. Nothing too different about it. So we just, they do the same things where they do. That commitment is, they come to me from a place of goodwill. I they treat them from a place of goodwill. Now so we take the life and the marriage, they go day to day.
My people, we they come back home. We they hear the yarn about marriages and the advantages and disadvantages when marriages get during this pandemic period in the last 2 years. We they come back just now.
When are we gonna stop singing about Africa?
My people, we don't come back today with a yarn about advantages and disadvantages and the problems where marriages get and some of the blessings where marriages get during these last 2 years of the pandemic. I dey here with my sisters and my brothers, and we dey table this matter as community leaders and as married people too. With the experiences where we feel we get the right to discuss some of these matters because we personally experience some of them. Waiting be some of the advice when we go give people when they either go through problems now for their marriages or they won't enter marriages. Waiting will be your advice to those people?
So the ones where they prepare for your marriage. Don't prepare for the wedding day. Put more work into the marriage preparation than that wedding day. And if you get problem, you don't date for the marriage, you get problem. Learn to talk to each other. No, not shout. Talking day different. Communication. Learn to communicate. Know when to talk and when to keep it. And for us, we be women, our mouths they run like 200 miles per hour. Sometimes make you just learn when to do what? Zip it. And talk to your partner. That time where you go touch them and you go just 100% concentration. Know when to talk and when to, and know how. Wetin you won't say. You they come back late, I'm worried. It's different from you stupid man, which married man they outside by this time. You don't come back, you're late. Hey, thank God I can rest. I can go and sleep because when you did there, I dey worry whether you did safe. Na different conversation you go have.
For me, the one wey wan enter marriage, if you be woman, if you want marry the man wey love you like this. Because over time, the thing will just dey come down and go dey level. If you be woman and you want marry a man and you be woman, your love for the man dey like this. No, because with time, the man go dey go down, your own no go reach. So always marry the man that is 180% in love with you. Over time, it won't go diminish, and he'll come meet you where you dey. That love can never be broken. You understand? It can never be broken. If you can always look at it in such a way that never enter when your own day here, the man own day here. Let this be the woman's own. Let this be the man's own. This the woman. With time, the man's love will always come to
And the woman's love, they grow.
Yes.
And the men's love, they diminish.
They diminish. But if you're in a marriage and you're already in stress or whatever, just learn to forgive.
Number one, patience. Number two, communication. And that two things could lead to understanding. Where I say patience, we say you must be patient. Because women sometimes, when you're not a date, is different from when I don't marry.
Not true.
And once you enter house finish, that thing will not fit tell you where you date them. They go tell you 10 times when I don't marry. But so you have to be patient, and you have to find the right way to communicate with them. Because once woman they vibrate, they vibrate, so they're not going to reach a level ground. So you must learn to be patient when they vibrate. When they talk finish, let them relax, chop, watch TV. Then you go tell them, say, my wife, that thing where you talk, I not like calm. I not just want to argue. But in a way, you can still tell me the same thing in this way, I will understand. If you tell woman things that time when they don't quiet, when they don't calm, they will come and see their mistake. But if you tell them when they diverse, they know they ever see that they make mistake. And when you don't talk to that level, una go understand on herself. When you understand on herself, una go know when problem they come and how to avoid the problem. Because marriage always get problem, na normal thing. Most especially this our jet age, our problem for marriage long past our papa own. But we have to be patient, we have to communicate in a better way, and we have to understand each other.
Love always wins in everything as long as the love is there. Pandemic or no pandemic, I don't want another person raising my children. So for that alone, I have to make it work. So no matter the problem I have with my husband, I always believe that, okay, we have children, so we have to work it out because I don't want another person raising my children. So love always wins for me. I love him so dearly and I know he loves me. So no matter the misunderstanding that we have, I believe that we can always work it out. So love. And another thing that always worked for me is taking things to God. Sometimes I'm crazy, I'm nagging him and I'm complaining. I always take a minute to say, okay, God, I think this is not what I want. I'm committed to prayer and that always help me.
If your husband not they black like that, you foresee the blushing when the man if you not black, you must see all the blush when the wife they praise that, oh, I love him so much. Anyway, I happy as he talk.
What I see here, we say we don't mention foundation. You know, it is the foundation that a marriage is built on that really matters a lot. It matters not be small. A lot of people build the foundation of their marriage was money. So when the money not did, their marriage don't work. Sometimes the foundation of their marriage was based on the man muscle. When the man don't go muscle don't go inside, marriage don't scatter. Or this girl too fine though. Is it that the makeup not did there again, or age don't they enter, marriage don't. But when the foundation are God, then you can begin to take the advice of God. You say, man, love your wife. Woman, honor your husband. When somebody asks me this question, what's the difference? The two are the same.
They're exactly the same.
But God know what He make. He know what the
language of the two.
Where the combination way work. On waiting woman man they call love now honor. Waiting woman they call honor now love. So it's just as simple as that. So it's to build your marriage on the foundation of God. If it not did there before, carry and go God. Make God be the foundation. And like my brother talked before, patience. Now be the gari where they make a bar for marriage.
Wow. All of una wiseness, sage talks. We want to talk for our people today and for me personally and all of us. It sweet me well, and I'm really happy to say we table this matter. And thank you, my brother, for bringing this idea of the topic. So You're officially the production designer for this episode. So we're happy as we come and we talk about this very, very important foundation of our lives. Because the way marriages they go today, marriage they go into extinction. I'm happy as we table this matter, and it really sweet me for body well because it's a very, very important aspect of life and our society today. Happy Black History Month again, my people. Our story, now our story. Now we are now. And thank you so much for coming and the advice we will give each other and everybody else. We're happy for that.
And one question I want to ask Una, the viewers, is love enough in marriage in this dispensation? Over to you to judge.
My brother don't speak big grammar, my people. Is love enough for us? This dispensation. Okay, we have big grammar, so we will break it down. He talks, say, love rich when it comes to this matter of marriage. Love dey enough or you need more than love. Okay, my people, when I don't hear them, make una comment for this conversation. Una put them down. And una subscribe, una just enjoy all this talk. You're gonna join us, you're gonna subscribe, you're gonna be part of us because our story, now our story, now our story. We'll see you soon. So make we wave to our people. Bye bye.